This full moon is haywire and pretty jittery and a little anxious. But it's also an opportunity to celebrate how far we've come, so that if we can appreciate the view rather than freak out about how far we could fall, this excitement may be more fulfilling than detrimental. So if you're excited to dive into what exactly we can expect from this full moon in Scorpio, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Maren here, astrologer, philosophy student, entrepreneur, all the things, providing you with some grounded guidance about this full moon. So if you're new here, you want to check out your April forecast. Those are here on my channel for you to get the full scoop on how this is playing out for your rising sign. And if you're also new here, this video is brought to you by my Modern Magic community. So we are an exclusive astrology content community with Discord, Facebook groups, exclusive content, lots of live streams, and so many cool offerings for those of us who are part of it. Would love to have you join for as little as $7.77 a month. All info is down below. So this full moon in Scorpio is on April 26th, 2021 at 11:31 p.m. Eastern Time. Very late on the 26th, might be the 27th in some locations. But the sun is at 7 degrees Taurus, while the moon is at 7 degrees Scorpio, because the sun is always opposite to the moon during full moons. It's the full layout of the sky, basically. And the sun in Taurus is conjunct Uranus, Venus, and Mercury. A lot of planets in Taurus here. And the sun is in the first decan of Taurus, the first third part, associated with the Five of Pentacles tarot card, also known as the Lord of Worry. And this is often about not real worries. It's about worrying about being worried, because Mercury is ruling this decan. So even though Taurus is completely Venus ruled, this decan has a bit of mercurial influence, and that adds the jitters or adds the mental aspect to the sun's placement here. And with the sun already conjunct Uranus pretty close, I think with the shakiness there, we're already collectively anxious around this time. There's something coming to light, something being unveiled that we are anxious about. I'm filming this at the end of January, so we shall see what we are collectively like, oh shit about. We don't want to fuck this up. We want to try and celebrate all that we've achieved, and there's a feeling of like, why are we so anxious? Why is the party so awkward? Why is this so jittery? And we're trying to be grounded in this Taurus sense, but we don't even really care. Like, we're like, there's shit going on, how do I remain stable? We are so worried about, yeah, that car honking is like this energy. We're so worried about fucking up that it doesn't let us enjoy the experience of how far we've come often. And the most positive manifestation of this might be motivating us to take actions that cut out the bullshit. Like, if we're not having fun at the party, we get our ass home and leave. If we're feeling sick at the dinner, we fucking get up and leave before we puke all over the place. So like, what even really matters? Why is this such a big deal? Like, why, if you aren't here celebrating, then go feel good enough to celebrate, or just don't try to force it. The question really is, how can I ground myself with so much responsibility to be excited on my shoulders? Like, how can I just fucking ground myself right now? Who gives a shit? This full moon is very much like with conjunct Uranus. It's like, who cares? Because the sun is in a cute position. Like, all things aside, it's alongside Venus. It's just really shaky, and it shook, and it wants others to feel proud of it, while it's like, do I deserve to feel proud? And all the Taurus planets are receiving superior squares from Saturn and Jupiter. So having Saturn square these is problematic. It indicates a little bit of conditional worry. It's further aggravating the anxiety. But it's kind of like the party is on a Sunday night, and you know that you have to get to school early in the morning, and you're like anxious because you know that right around the corner, fate's gonna have your ass and you're gonna be tired in the morning. And there's a restraint or a limit to the amount of fun being able to experience here. However, Jupiter overcoming this is actually really nice. It's helping out and trusting that this structure is for the best, that going to school in the morning is gonna be for the best, and we don't have to be forced to enjoy this if we're not. We can go home and get a good night's sleep. Mercury is also technically enclosed by Venus and Jupiter, so when a planet is enclosed by aspects from both benefics, it is divinely protected. It's a condition of bonification, where Venus is on one side at 15 degrees Taurus, it's conjunct Mercury, and Jupiter is at 27 degrees Aquarius, squaring Mercury. So one is coming in by conjunction, the other is squaring it. Both rays are enclosing Mercury to be divinely protected. And the ability to like speak groundedly with conviction in Taurus, that gravitas coming through mercurial communication, that is divinely protected. Our ability to promise, our ability to mean what we say in a grounded way of like, I will hold myself to this, is protected. That we are not bullshitting around with what we're saying. We're fucking saying what we say and we're promising that for the future. The moon is then in Scorpio. I know we've been going through a lot of the Taurus placements, but it is a full moon in Scorpio, and it's there in the first decan of Scorpio opposite all these Taurus planets, which is in the first decan associated with the Five of Cups tarot card, or the Lord of Disappointment. We achieve our goals. Full moons are times of like, we fucking did it and we don't care. We got there and we do not care. The celebration doesn't feel like anything. We get the Academy Award and we don't even want to deliver the speech. So this is a Mars-ruled decan in a Mars-ruled sign. It is very Martian. It's Mars and then mini-Mars. We went out, we did exactly what was necessary, we were brave, and now looking back, we wonder if it was even fucking worth it. We achieved the goals and we're still empty. So it's kind of like we are looking at the cars and the clothes. There's a song, it's like, the cars, like, what is it? It's like Successful by Drake. It's like, the cars, the clothes, the girls, the hoes, but we feel meaningless. We're looking at our hose and we feel meaningless. I don't know if that's gonna, I can't pretend to be cool and say those things. So we're congratulating ourselves on how far we've come and being like, I don't want to go any further. Not worth it. We're not hungry anymore. It doesn't matter how good the food looks, we're not hungry. So if you already know what houses Taurus and Scorpio are happening in for you, and where there's anxiety in the Taurus house because of a lack of, like, we're done in the Scorpio house, let me know down below. This is happening exact by degree, basically, on my midheaven IC axis, so I wonder what fucking internet drama is happening with me around this time. Jesus Christ, full moon in Scorpio opposite Uranus on my MCIC. Bitch, I was done with that in October with the Witch Talk cancellation campaign. Yeah, whatever. We'll see. Entertaining. Watch to me for a personification of this energy. Mars in this chart at this time is also in Cancer, and Mars is in its fall. So planets are exalted in signs they do very well in. Mars loves to be in Capricorn. Its strength can be put to good worldly use. Its ambition can be cooled down to take action. And Mars in Cancer is the opposite placement. It is in its fall, or in a depression, which does not mean that you are depressed mentally. It's the figurative word for being fallen in a, like, pressed in. It's like being disadvantaged or just at a lack of resources in the beginning, because Mars wants to cut and assert, and Cancer's the fucking crab. It's side to side, it hides, it's squishy on the inside. Cutting shit and being decisive is not Cancer's strong suit. So there's the chance here of not taking sufficiently assertive action. There's the chance here of feeling too afraid because we're like, I don't want to hurt others, I don't want to do this right now, and it ends up getting the best of us and causing more drama or more anxiety because we're not cutting out the situation that needs to be cut out. This is like beating around the bush energy. So be careful about being so worried that you don't do shit about fixing the worry. Just because you're scared of offending others doesn't mean that being scared is going to stop you from offending them. Like, fucking ask for help if you need help. Ask for something to stop if they need to stop. Call out bad actors without, like, the more that you play out being bullshit, the less direct, like, just call out the bad actors, and that's the least dramatic thing. Just be straight. The leaky drama possible here is not cute, and taking action will prevent you from possibly playing into that. So the tarot card for this full moon, we have the moon, and the moon card is the card of oceanic symbolism. Like, you are in the womb, basically. You are starting anew. There's a surreal interiority to the moon, as if it's just this divinely being held. So perhaps the bubble has popped. You are now out of the birth canal. You are now out of working on something, and you have completed it, and now you're like, well, it's just me and my thoughts. It doesn't matter. That's out in the world, and it's still just me. So the Amio deck astrology card guidance for this full moon is Jupiter, expansion, wealth, generosity, confidence, enthusiasm, the benevolent guide. What did you learn from this? Jupiter is the teacher. If nothing else, you learned something. Maybe you did something and you didn't make as much money. Maybe you released something and it wasn't received well. Maybe you fucking got the thing and it still feels like nothing. This is saying, learn from it. Good. You learned something. All those failures taught you something. There were wins in those failures. So celebrate if you can. And if it's just anxious, don't fucking celebrate. Get your shit together. As weird as it sounds, I mean, for me, playing out panic and letting myself run that to no end allows me to get that out of my system. So if you need to experience all that panic to let that leave your system, let it run, let it run. It's a great time for anything like Reiki or breath work or letting that shit go, because things are being unveiled to an uncomfortable extent because we just do not care anymore. So if you enjoyed this, you want to check out my memberships, my offerings, other shit I got going on that I don't know about because I pre-filmed this, check that out below. Otherwise, like, subscribe, do all the things. Let me know how you're feeling, how you're vibing with this full moon. I will see you in the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night.